Hello, everyone, and welcome to Balance Baby, the podcast designed to help you consistently show up as the best version of yourself. My name is Harkaren, and I'll be your host. I'll be here every week sharing stories and teaching you techniques to prioritize the only thing we have any control over in this world, ourselves. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Earlier this year, my best friend and I were chatting, and the topic of cold plunges came up. I was saying how I don't understand the hype of it, and I have no desire to be cold. She said that I should put my feelings aside and give it a try, because how often do we get to try new things in our 30s? That got me thinking. My initial reaction was to say no, because historically I hated being cold, and I assumed I wouldn't enjoy the experience. Maybe a part of me thought I couldn't do it and wanted to save myself the embarrassment. But that's a fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset tend to avoid challenges because they're afraid of failing or looking bad. They might give up easily when things get tough because they think they'll never get better. Instead of seeing mistakes as opportunities to learn, they see them as proof that they're not good enough. Basically, a fixed mindset holds you back from reaching your full potential because you're too focused on staying in your comfort zone and avoiding anything that might make you feel uncomfortable or unsure of yourself. When you stick to what you know and avoid trying new things, you miss out on so many opportunities. You might feel like you're just going through the motions without really challenging yourself or experiencing new things. And while staying in your comfort zone might feel comfortable in the short term, in the long run, it can lead to you feeling stuck or stagnant, like you're not really moving forward in life. On the other hand, having a growth mindset means believing that you can get better at things with practice and effort. It's like saying, I might not be good at this now, but I can learn and improve if I keep trying. When you have a growth mindset, you're not afraid of challenges. You see them instead as opportunities to learn and grow. Even when things get tough or you make mistakes, you keep going because you know that's how you get better. People with a growth mindset also enjoy learning new things. They're curious and they're always looking for ways to improve. And they celebrate the progress they make, even if it's small. They know that every step forward is a step closer to reaching their goals. Having a growth mindset can help you in a lot of ways, like making you stronger and more resilient. Instead of giving up when things get hard, you keep pushing through. And because you're always learning and improving, you can achieve more than you ever thought possible. Trying new things can have a big impact on making you a better version of yourself in lots of ways. First off, when you try something new, you're challenging yourself and stepping out of your comfort zone, which can lead to all kinds of new skills and experiences. Plus, it keeps things interesting and exciting in your life, preventing boredom and making you feel more fulfilled. Trying new things also builds confidence. Even if you're not great at something right away, just giving it a shot and seeing yourself improve over time can give you a real boost of confidence. And lastly, it helps you stay open-minded and flexible. When you're willing to try new things, you're more open to new ideas and experiences, which can lead to opportunities for growth and happiness. Research findings and expert insights consistently highlight the benefits of engaging in new experiences for enhancing overall well-being and personal development. Psychologists agree that diversity in experiences contributes to emotional resilience and greater life satisfaction. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who actively seek out new experiences tend to be more open-minded and creative. Dr. Art Markman, a cognitive scientist, explains that novel experiences stimulate the brain and promote neural growth, leading to enhanced cognitive function. This suggests that exposing yourself to new activities and challenges can foster cognitive flexibility and problem-solving skills. People who regularly seek out new experiences are generally more confident and self-assured. They become comfortable with uncertainty and adaptability, which cultivates resilience and self-confidence. When it comes to trying new things, many of us face common barriers that hold us back. Fear is a big one: fear of the unknown, fear of failure, or even a fear of looking dumb. It's totally normal to feel nervous when you're stepping into something new. But if we let fear take over, it can keep us stuck right where we are. It's natural to feel scared when you're stepping into uncharted territory, but letting fear control us will only keep us in our comfort zones, never willing to try anything different. Self-doubt is another big barrier. We might worry that we're not good enough or that we'll make a fool of ourselves. But it's important to remember that everyone starts as a beginner, and the only way to get better is by starting. And let's not forget about inertia, the tendency to stick to our usual routines, even if they're not making us happy. It's easy to get stuck in a rut, doing the same old thing day after day. But breaking out of that routine and trying something new might be just what you need to shake things up and find some excitement again. Many of us are creatures of habit, and we have a tendency to stick with what's familiar, even when it's not what we truly want. Overcoming resistance and finding the courage to try new things can be difficult, but there are some practical strategies that can help make it a bit easier. First of all, start small. Instead of diving headfirst into something totally unfamiliar, try dipping your toes in first. Take small steps outside of your comfort zone. This can help build your confidence and show you that trying new things isn't as scary as it seems. Another strategy is to focus on the benefits. Instead of getting caught up in the what-ifs and worst-case scenarios, remind yourself of why you want to try something new in the first place. Maybe it's to learn a new skill. Maybe it's to meet new people. Or maybe it's to prove to yourself that you can. By keeping your eye on the prize, you can stay motivated and push through any fears or doubts that come up. And don't forget to remind yourself that it's okay to feel nervous or unsure, but you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. And if things don't go perfectly the first time, that's okay too. Every new experience is a chance to learn and grow, so be kind to yourself and give yourself credit for trying. There's something truly special about the anticipation and excitement that comes with trying something for the very first time. You get a rush of adrenaline that fills you with a sense of adventure. When you try out new activities, you start to uncover parts of yourself that you might not have known existed, like hidden talents or passions. Maybe you try painting and realize you have a natural gift for it. Or you take up gardening and find out that you have a green thumb. These experiences help you understand yourself better and figure out what really makes you happy. Trying new things also helps you stay present in the moment. When you're engaged in a new experience, you're fully focused on what's happening right now. This mindfulness and presence can help you feel more connected to the world around you. And the experience of overcoming limiting beliefs feels like breaking free from invisible chains that have been holding you back. You start to see that maybe those beliefs aren't true after all, and that you're capable of way more than you thought. When you break through barriers and limiting beliefs, you realize that the only thing holding you back was your own mindset. If I look back at the last 6 months of my life, I've actually tried a lot of new things. 6 months ago, I was backpacking in Europe for 7 weeks. I had never backpacked before. I had never stayed in hostels before. I had never traveled for 7 consecutive weeks before. And I had never ventured so far from home on my own. I went to cities I had never seen before and had experiences that were all new to me. I conquered mountains, literally and figuratively. That trip will always hold a special place in my heart, and I still need to tell you all about it. But for now, I'll say that taking that trip made me love and appreciate myself in a way I never had before. Not only was I proud of myself for planning and executing such an epic trip, I was so proud of what I was discovering about myself. Through navigating unfamiliar streets and overcoming unexpected challenges, I gained a newfound love and appreciation for who I am. I cultivated this unbreakable trust in myself and a realization that no matter what life throws my way, I've got what it takes to handle it. I came back feeling more confident in myself and more aligned with my higher self than ever before. And when I got back, I got to work on my podcast. It's funny how things fall into place sometimes. A seed that had been planted before my trip was given the opportunity to sprout and grow while I was gone. By the time I got back, I had a notebook full of ideas and inspiration. I got to work on picking a name and creating a logo. I released my trailer a month after I got back, and there's been no looking back since then. Podcasting just feels right. I get to use my voice in a way that's meaningful and authentic to me. I get to help people by sharing what I've spent so much time learning, and by vulnerably sharing my life stories. I never would have discovered this passion if I hadn't taken the leap to try something new. But it's not just the big stuff. I'm also mindful of the smaller new things I've tried. Like seeing my favorite NBA player live in action. I still remember the awe and admiration I felt. And discovering the inner calm that came from trying a sound bath meditation for the first time. I loved the sensation of the sound and energy traveling through my body. And most recently, I tried the dreaded cold plunge. The thought of voluntarily subjecting myself to freezing cold water used to send shivers down my spine. But you know what? There's something extra special about pushing yourself to try something you really don't want to do. Because once you conquer it, you feel like you can take on the world. It's like a massive power trip. You realize that you're capable of so much more than you thought. I took the plunge in 2 different settings. The first time I did it was at a biohacking center. I had a private room where there was a cold plunge tub and an infrared sauna. Despite my initial hesitation, I took a deep breath, took the plunge, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. To my surprise, I was able to focus on my breath and stay comfortably inside the tub for over 5 minutes on my first try. I thought the cold temperatures would make me tense up, but actually it caused me to relax. I had some stiffness in my neck prior to starting, and I was able to move my neck more freely when I was submerged in the cold water. Obviously, my body was reacting to the temperatures. I started shaking and my teeth were chattering, but I was able to warm up quickly in the sauna before diving right back in. I quickly realized it was mind over matter. The second time was outdoors, in a glacier-fed river. It was significantly colder than the tub, and I was anxious about staying too cold once I got out of the river. But once again, to my surprise, this was a far superior experience. In fact, it was invigorating. The water was so cold. This time, I submerged my whole head and body into the water and experienced the hyperventilating shock response that so many beginners have. I stayed in the water while focusing on my breathing, and the strangest thing happened. I no longer felt cold. It was like my body went numb. Once I was fully out of the water, I half expected to freeze, especially with my wet hair. But to my amazement, I felt nothing. No chattering teeth, no shivers, just a surge of energy coursing through me, a type of energy I had never felt before. The feeling of accomplishment afterwards was completely worth it. And now, the cold just doesn't bother me like it used to. It's like I rewired my brain to embrace discomfort rather than shy away from it. The rush of energy and clarity I felt afterwards is like nothing I've experienced, and now I know where to go when I want to feel that again. So, don't be afraid to try something new. It might just change your life for the better. Thank you so much for tuning in to my third episode of Season 2. Next time you have the opportunity to try something new, I urge you to say yes. It's incredible how a simple decision to step out of your comfort zone can lead to such profound personal evolution. When we challenge ourselves and embrace the unknown, we open ourselves up to endless possibilities for learning, growth, and fulfillment. Adopting a growth mindset has been instrumental in my own journey. By shifting my perspective from one of fear and self-doubt to one of curiosity and resilience, I've been able to overcome obstacles and tap into reserves of strength I never knew I had. And the rewards have been immeasurable. Greater confidence, deeper self-awareness, and a renewed enthusiasm towards life. Send me a DM on Instagram at BalanceBabyPodcast and let me know, when was the last time you did something for the first time? What new experiences are waiting for you, ready to expand your horizons and unlock your full potential? Don't let fear or self-doubt hold you back. When you embrace the unknown, you'll be ready to tackle new challenges and new experiences with confidence and courage. If you're finding value in this podcast, don't forget to hit subscribe and share it with your friends and family. And if you're loving what you're hearing, please consider leaving me a 5-star review. Your support is so important to me and helps spread the message of authenticity and positivity to others. I'll be back next Wednesday for episode 4. Together here, we're creating a community of beautiful souls ready to uplift each other, ready to experience all the joy that this life has to offer us. And don't forget, life is all about balance, baby. Balance, baby.